And Representative Smith and Abdul Samad, it has truly been an honor to work with you, but also this is my commitment to continue to work with you. And with that, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to defer the remainder of my closing comments to Representative Smith.
Chair recognizes the gentleman from Black Hawk, Representative Smith, for conclusion of closing comments on House File 2647.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House. Taking a moment to breathe it in a little bit. For me, I wasn't content initially with just small steps. I was blinded by the need to make decades of progress in a week. But then I thought about when I was watching my 3-year-old learn to walk. And it was interesting because I watched her stand up and fall and stand up and fall. And I covered every corner of my house with my hands so that she didn't hit her head. But then she figured it out. And once she started walking fast. And once she started walking fast, she started to run. Once she started to run, she would not stop sprinting and jumping around my house. But it took that first small step. That small step was not insignificant. So for me, some things are bittersweet. This is one of those situations for me, one of those moments. I'm heartbroken by the injustice that has plagued our country for generations. I'm here to acknowledge and inform you all that the work ahead of us is plentiful and it's tough. But I have so much hope. I'm hopeful because in this time in Iowa, we stepped up to make real change. At a time where we could have taken our ball and gone home, we didn't. The process for me has been one that's been maturing. You see, Governor Reynolds, Speaker Grassley, Leader Pritchard, this not-so-young kid from Waterloo was so focused on the policy that I nearly missed the growth in this chamber. Representative Holt, our ability to have backbench discussions about race have progressed. I'm glad to have your support on this legislation, but even more importantly, I'm excited to work with you to improve the profession that you love. You know, as a body, by default, we have committed here today to shouldering a burden to ensure that George Floyd or the scores before him doesn't take place in our state, not on our watch. These past few months have been really, really difficult for some of us. It's been a really difficult time in the history of our planet. But on this day, with everything that makes us different, that doesn't even make a difference, on this day in this body, the sunlight shines a little bit brighter. And it shines brighter because not only of the work that we're doing today, but it's illuminated the path towards our nation's greatest promise of liberty and justice for all people. I invite you all to join with me in this historic day for Iowa by voting yes on the plan to a more perfect union and in a symbolic gesture of unity. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Those are my comments.